Hello, good morning. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. It's a beautiful day. I'm having me tea and I'm gonna put some honey, and it's very good for you to take good care of yourself. Your well-being is everything, it's your wealth, and it's good for you to always, appreciate yourself in the smallest way possible. Good morning, Ismail. And I'm having me an orange with some plantain chips. So, like I always say, if it's not gonna do it for you, you need to load up some more. Load up some either tool, anything. I love me some tools sometimes in the morning. But sometimes I eat light, sometimes I eat heavy. It depends on how you feel. So it's always good to communicate with yourself. Nice. So today it's Monday. I don't always do videos on Monday, but sometimes I can chip in here and there. And how's the weather doing for you? Many people have been having cold and stuff, It's a dusty weather around the world. It's cold and stuff like that, but you still can live by if you, do justice to yourself and you find balance and peace within yourself. It's very important. So, I am here today to discuss one or two things. Let's just get to the matter. First, dawisu. I posted him. Dawisu situation that he was recently apprehended, and I got some things about like karma and stuff like that. People saying that he used to, people don't just disappear like that, and then years later he disappeared, and he's been booked to go to court, on his alleged freedom of speech and things that he might have said that might ignite some certain things that they feel from the government. So I'm here to try and speak about certain things. Freedom of speech is very important, but at the same time, freedom of speech should come with certain things that would not disturb the unrest, but at the same time, we should be able to allow people to communicate so that we can make our society better. We are living in a democratic system, and our democracy, it should favor the the minority, and it should also favor the majority. That's why we have democracy. So what I'm looking at is that the government needs to be more tolerant. It's very important for the government to be tolerant. It's very important for the government not to indirectly swing into tyranny. Tyranny is a very bad image for the government. And we are running a government, and government is for the people, by the people, from the people. So I believe that they should do whatever thing that it's saying, that they should always put themselves in the opposition or in the activism position. They should put themselves in the position, put their shoes and walk in their shoes and look at the situation differently. And the advisors, these are the times for you to advise the government, to advise the system, that they should also look carefully, because if the things were going smoothly and things were doing well, in the system, I'm sure there won't be anything to, oppose or to talk about for him to come and say that he wants the president to step down, and then I was hearing some radio conversation and things like that and stuff. The same thing happened in America, but at the same time, I don't want the president to step down, but at the same time, I want him to do what he's there, what he signed off to do, and the people around him should help him make sure that he actualize that, whether the time is little that is left that he needs to finish up or not, I believe the system needs to do better, but at the same time, if he cannot deliver, then it's sane for someone to say he needs him to step down. but he needs to deliver. He needs to step up. He's long overdue for him to step up. People that they're benefiting from the system, they don't see the need. They don't see the uptight. They don't see the stretch that people have been overstretched. They don't see the stress that people are going through, or the silent frustrations, or the silent depression and anxiety that people go through from day-to-day activities. So we need to figure it out, how to mine it, both sides, to be fair, to be just, and to, to try and make the system better, because we need to make the system better. There are a lot of things that they are lacking. There are areas that they've been able to touch, but we need it to be more of the majority. There's high level of unemployment, there's still insecurity, and all the people supporting the system, and the people, it's good for you to support the system for it to work. So what happens when you are now supporting the system, and then one day the things that people have been crying about, like the kidnapping, banditry, terror, and then it happens to your family, how will you feel when it happens to your family, or you happen to be in the government and it happens to you? How will you feel? The things that people are crying that it needs to be better, how will you feel if it happens to you? How will you feel? I'm sure the music will change. I'm sure you will look at things differently. I'm sure you have senses. I'm sure you'll be more sensitive. So those are the things that you need to look at. When people cry out loud and they say things and stuff, you need to also look out from your own perspective. Don't say it's never going to happen to you, because you're not God. It will. It might. So these are things that, I consider, I look at, and then what happens when you step out of the government and then you happen to be oppressed, and then the same thing happens to you, and then you used to be maybe a governor, you used to be maybe a president, you used to be maybe a vice president, you used to be somebody big in the system, and then now the tables has turned, and then it happens to be you that you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling oppressed and stuff, and then you can voice out, and then when you voice out, you get apprehended by the DSS. What happens? These are things that we need to also look at from a logical angle, and we need to always be fair, because when we are fair, we are running a system. So we need to run a system. We are running a democracy, and democracy needs to be fair. So we don't need to be, this is 2021, we don't need to be disappearing this one and taking this person. We have kidnapping, we have bandits, we have terror still at large. We still have no victory on terror, war against terror. We still have no victory on kidnapping. We still have no victory on banditry. Kidnapping just took place recently, and then ransom being paid, some rumors of 800 million, and then we don't know how much ransom has been paid for this one. We still have a rotten corruption in the system. So this ransom that are being paid and stuff, is it that there's receipt for the government that yes, we've paid 800,000? How does this work? How does it work? How does it favor the majority? It's sucking the majority. Is this the new style of corruption? I don't understand. Paying ransom, disappearing and paying ransom, disappearing and paying ransom. And some are not even so lucky to get the ransom. They are being killed, and some still collect the ransom, and they still kill the victim. So these are things that we need to have it solved. We need to have it solved. Crime has advanced, and many things are at large, little things that it's not supposed to be a worry situation, it ends up becoming something of panic. So dawisu needs to have a fair system, and he also needs to be freed. I believe that everybody should have a freedom of speech, because if we speak out, it helps the society. If we also, it also allows people to understand psychologically that certain things can be better, but when we don't speak out, it allows us to have we have terror, we have all kinds of banditry and kidnapping. So lack of speaking out helps us to generate more advanced criminals. That's the reasons why sometimes we enlighten, we advocate, we are activists, and we try to balance the system for them to see. And then those advisors in the system that they are getting paid on government salary, they need to do better. They need to do better. They need to advise the government to do better. We need to do better. We need to do better as people, and we need to do better as a system. These are things that I decided to speak out. There are a lot of things that is happening. We need to do more. We need to be better than this. Our problem is not dressing. Our problem is not religion. Our problem is poverty, lack of compassion and passion in leadership. These are things we need: leaders that they are compassionate and they are disciplined, and they have respect for their people. Those are things that we need and we are due for. We need leaders that, they maximize the profit for their people and management for their people. We don't need extravagant, selfish leaders that they are extravagant for their individual interests and they leave the people in, almost virtually nothing, like poverty, like beggars and stuff. We need leaders that they're involved in making sure the treasury, it's flamboyant, it's luxurious, and it's going to add more weight and more value to the people, not more poverty, more debts, more insecurity, no food security, no financial security, no job security, no security, almost everything security, it's somehow. So, in America, people did not, when people started advocating and speaking and stuff, they were crunched, they were oppressed, they were indirect racism and stuff. People were not missing. People were not missing. So, and it's democracy. People were not missing and stuff, even though, yes, we had the most, embarrassing setting of democracy, that people broke into the White House and the Capitol Hill and they display all their manner of stuff. I know that America is very good with crazy people, and I know America is very good with any kind of situation that comes to their plate, and they handle it very well. And then, like I said, someone had to pay the price, and someone paid the price, so like now, I think Nigerians and Africans are getting more wiser with technology, with information everywhere. We need to be more careful. If you're a leader, you need to be very careful so you don't end up having this tyrant attitude and stuff like that, because people are becoming more advanced. So your advisors that you have, make sure that they are loyal advisors and they are humane advisors, so that they don't end up digging a hole for both of you to fall inside, because people are becoming more advanced. So you don't end up, in the same party. I've seen how the same party, people turn against each other in the same party. They allow you to keep digging your hole for you to fall inside. So you might be in the same party thinking that since you're a party, you're the alpha, you're the alpha and omega, thinking maybe everything is going. So you have to be very careful to play your cards right, because you might end up being in the same party, and that there's nothing more vicious and more painful to be in the same party and for someone to dig a hole for you in the same party. You don't have to be from the opposition. It can be from the same party. So you have to be intelligently smart, wise, and humane when conducting your duties as a leader. And there's an advice that I have to all the leaders watching my my video, and all the leaders that I have gotten inboxes from, because I connect with a lot of them and stuff like that. People write me and stuff, and I know couple or two and stuff that I interact with, that I speak to, or chat or whatever. I try to give them the best, do whatever that is saying. We are living in a global systematic order. This is the 21st century. People want to be better. People want to enjoy. This is not Stone Age. This is not colonial era or post-colonial era. This is a democracy. So you as a human being, that you have freedom, and soldiers are dying in the front line, you have to do the best for the people, because people's blood are being shed, on our soil. So we need to do better, not buying Lamborghini, Ferrari, or having a girlfriend to spend flamboyantly for her, or having a boyfriend, whatever, how you want to swing it. That's your own private business, but you need to be fair to your own people as a leader. And that's why I'm here. So, let's try to make the best of it. Let's, be humane. Let's be kind. Let's be compassionate. Let's apply the golden rule, because table might turn, so karma is real. You can share, dawisu needs to be free, and we need to make our democracy stronger and better. We should be the giant of Africa, not to be the weakness of Africa. That's how I believe. You have a blessed day, you and your family. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and bye-bye.